Just because he put on the uniform of an elite university, he was mistaken by a wealthy man for his son Dick's classmate. The millionaire then asked him to travel to Europe and persuade his pleasure-seeking son to return to America, offering Tom Ripley a generous reward in return. Clever but from a modest background, Ripley had always longed for the life of the upper class. With the rich man's patronage, he eagerly seized this free opportunity to go to Europe. Thanks to the millionaire's influence, Ripley was treated like a gentleman of high society. He even caught the attention of a wealthy young woman, Ellie, the moment he arrived in Italy. Through their conversation, Ripley experienced for the first time the irresistible allure of aristocratic circles. Enchanted, his desire to belong among the privileged only grew stronger. When Ripley finally found Dick, he didn't immediately try to persuade him to return home. Instead, he began to imitate Dick's tastes and mannerisms, gradually charming him with wit and humor. Impressed by Ripley's peculiar talents, Dick grew fond of his new companion. Together, they schemed to squeeze even more allowance out of Dick's father, giving Ripley his first intoxicating taste of a lavish life. But Dick's friend John quickly saw through Ripley's facade, and soon Dick himself grew distant. Crushed, Ripley hid away in a hotel room, where he secretly dressed in Dick's fine clothes, only to be caught in the act. From that moment, Dick's attitude toward him soured. During a boat trip, Dick publicly mocked and humiliated him. Enraged, Ripley lashed out and struck Dick with an oar, killing him. After dumping the body into the sea, Ripley realized that others had mistaken him for Dick. Seizing the chance, he decided to assume Dick's identity. From then on, Ripley lived a double life, in cheap inns as himself, and in luxury hotels as Dick. He forged Dick's signature to withdraw money and even rekindled Ellie's interest while posing as Dick. But the sudden arrival of Dick's fiancée, Marge, made Ripley nervous. To protect his secret, he manipulated her into believing that Dick had lost interest in her. When John returned, Ripley killed him in self-defense and fabricated a story that John had been drunk, leading Ripley to bury him in the countryside. The very next day, the police came knocking. Yet Ripley, shielded by Dick's aristocratic status, managed to fool them. He even sent a telegram under Dick's name to himself, forging the illusion that Tom Ripley had killed someone and then committed suicide. The millionaire hired a private investigator, but aware of his own son's violent tendencies, and after finding John's license plate in Dick's home, he became convinced that Dick himself was the killer who had fled. When Marge noticed Dick's engagement ring on Ripley's hand, she grew suspicious, but the wealthy father silenced her. In order to preserve the family's reputation, he paid Ripley hush money and urged him to keep the matter quiet. In the end, Ripley not only escaped punishment but also secured Ellie's hand, successfully marrying into high society, the world he had coveted all along.